part of the list that y'all received last week, we're going to focus in on making sure that everybody knows how to back up their courses, how to copy their courses, create new courses, etc., so that when the time comes, you'll be able to do that. And going into next year, if the blueprint courses are empty, and by blueprint courses, I mean the SIS courses that are being pushed over by the county are empty, you will have a backup that you can then import into that blueprint course or SIS course that you will then be able to use going forward for the school year. And you won't have to rush to try to and panic to try to get something in place from scratch. Does everybody understand where I'm coming from with this?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and present my screen, and I am recording this so that you will have it as a reference or resource to go back if you didn't understand something or you wanted to kind of like a rewind of something that I said or demonstrated. You have access to the video. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and present my screen and just show you what we're going to be covering. And then I'm going to give you access to this slide presentation so that if you want to follow along or keep check, as I go through, you'll have the opportunity to do that. So I'm going to put this in the chat. And that was one of the other reasons why I delayed in starting, because once I put it in the chat, anybody that's not in here won't see it when they come in, if they come in late. So then I will have to put it in there again. So that's one of the pitfalls of Google Meet. So here's the link to the presentation. Okay, so if you want to open that up, that's what I'm going to be going over right now. So I'm going to present my screen. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, and it should be the same as that link. If you click on that link, if you want to open that up in another tab or on your second monitor, you can look at that as well as look at me at the same time. Okay, I'm going to present this so that it's a bigger situation. All right. Okay. So session agenda is going to be I'm going to show you how to back up a Canvas course. We're then going to create a Canvas course, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Import Canvas course backup file, copy a Canvas course, and then I'm going to take a little bit of a word concerning the blueprint course. Okay, so that's where we're going with this. Okay, and these subsequent slides for each of those items in the previous slide will tell you what is entailed. So in other words, back up a Canvas course, you have to go to settings, you have to export the course content, then you make sure the course is selected, and then you create export. And then at this point, Canvas will create a backup file that will be downloaded to your computer. And it's most likely going to end up in your downloads folder. Okay. So, and I'm going to demonstrate all of this. So don't worry, we see text here, but I'm going to demonstrate all of this so that when you go back and look at the video, if you need to, you can see exactly what you need to do. Okay. To create a Canvas course from scratch, you're going to go to your dashboard. You're going to click Start a New Course button, and that's on the lower right-hand side of your screen. It's a blue button. You're going to fill out the course name, so you're going to name the course, and then you click Create Course button, and that will put you in a blank course that you just created with that particular name. Okay, and the purpose of this step is to create an empty course to restore your backup to at the beginning of the next school year. If a CCPS blueprint course is not available. And again, I'll touch on that when we do a word about the blueprint course. All right. Next step is to import the Canvas course backup file. So now you have a backup. So you have an empty course, whether it's the empty blueprint course or whether it's a blank course that you created. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and take that backup file that you have. You want to import that into the blank course. Okay. So the way you do that is, number one, you will import existing content. On the main page, there's a button there that says import existing content on your main Canvas page. At the course type, you want to select Canvas course export package. At source, you want to click choose a file, and then it will give you the opportunity to go down to your computer and select that file that you created initially when you did the export. And then number 4, at content, you want to make sure that you choose all content. You can choose a partial where you can go in and select specific items from that course that you want to bring into the new course. And then you click import. And what it will do, it will take that file, it will take the contents, and it will import all those assignments, pages, etc. into the new course. And you're ready to go. Everything will be functional at that point. Now, you might want to put an asterisk by this. Prior to importing a backup file, make sure that you are either in the empty course you created or the empty blueprint course. If you are in a course, that's viable, that you don't want to mess up, and you do this, then you might have items in that course from your backup that you may not want in there. And it just creates a mess, and it's hard to clean it up. Okay, so just make sure that when you do an import, you want to be in an empty course. All right, to copy a Canvas course, you want to import existing content that's on the main page, a button on the upper right-hand side of the screen that says import existing content. At course type, you want to select copy a Canvas course. Now, the difference between copying a Canvas course and importing from a file is just that. Copying a Canvas course, you still have to be in an empty course. And when you do this, and then you're going to tell Canvas, I want to copy this particular course content into my blank course. Whereas if you were doing an import, you're telling Canvas, I want to take the content from this file that's down on my computer, and I want to bring it into my empty course. So you see the difference there. Okay. Now, the nice thing about the import is that you can, once you download that backup file, you can save that to another drive. You can put it up in your Google Drive. You can save it on a jump drive or external drive. And it's elsewhere, so you can protect it a little bit better that way. Okay, so continuing with this, we said number 2, at course type, select copy a Canvas course. At search for a course, type the name of the course, and then choose all content, and then click the import button. Now, a word concerning the blueprint course, and that is that the blueprint course, again, we don't know at this point in time whether the blueprint course is going to be empty when y'all come back in August, or whether they're going to populate it with the actual the blueprint for that particular course. We don't know that yet. So if it is populated, then what you're going to have to do is basically turn off all the items or unpublish all the items in that course that you don't want the students to deal with, and then bring in the items from your backup file that you want to incorporate into that blueprint. Okay? But you definitely want to use, if the blueprint comes in via the SIS, you want to use that blueprint course because that's the county course. You don't want to use a blank course from scratch that that you created that's not pushed by the county unless there is no blueprint course for that course. And that could be a possibility. Okay. All right. So let me demo all of these items, and then we'll be ready to call it a day. Okay. So I'm going to go back to present now, and I'm going to go into my Canvas course. Okay. Can everybody see that now? Hopefully you'll see it in a second. Okay. All right. So this is my sandbox course. This is my play course, for lack of a better word. So the first item I'm going to show you is how to back up. So the backup, you're going to go to settings. Once you hit your main page, go to settings. Okay. And once you are in settings, you're going to go to export course content. So you're going to go here to export course content. All right. And then you're going to make sure that course, on the export type, you want to export the whole course. Okay. And then you click on create export. And then you wait for the blue bar to finish right here. What it's doing is creating a file that you're going to then download to your computer. It's going to be an automatic download. So we'll wait for this to finish. There you go. And then you're going to see right here, new export. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on this new export. And you see down here in the lower left, that file downloaded to your computer. And if I click on the little up arrow here and show in folder, so you can see exactly where it is. Let me put it over here. And it's in your downloads folder. Okay. All right. Any questions about the backup? That's how you generate the backup file. Okay. The next item is going to be how to create a Canvas course. And that's pretty easy. If you go back to your course and go to your dashboard, once you click on your dashboard and scroll down, all right, you should see start a new course. Okay. Now, if you do not see start a new course there, send me an email saying that, and I can get you straight. Mostly the new teachers from this year, they had that problem because it was their first time in Canvas. But all of us veterans, we should have that button down there. Okay. All right. And I noticed that there's some people that came in a little bit behind. So I'm gonna pop this link for that presentation back in the chat again so that you'll have it. Okay. So we're gonna click on start a new course, and then we're gonna give it a name. I'm going to just call it test course, or actually let's call it backup course. All right. And we're going to leave it private and click on create a course. So now it immediately puts you in a blank course called backup. So you see backup right there. This is your empty course now. All right. So now I'm going to stay in this course so that I can demonstrate the import. So when it's time for you to come back to work next year and you have already done your backup and your backup file is on your laptop, you can go ahead and create a blank course like I just did, and then use the import file to import all that content from your backup into this blank course, basically giving you a carbon copy of your SIS course from the previous year. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to import a Canvas course by going to, on the main page of the empty course or the blueprint course, you're going to go to import existing content. All right. Now under content type, you're going to click on select Canvas course export package. Canvas course export package. Okay. And then that'll give you the opportunity to choose your backup file. Your backup file will be sitting in somewhere on your computer. More than likely, it's going to be in your downloads folder. So I'm going to go ahead and click on choose file. Okay. And I'm going to go to downloads because I know that's where mine is, because we verified that when we created the backup. And there it is right there, the first item in the list. So I'm going to click on that file and click on open. So now you see the file sitting right there. The next item you want to choose here under content is all content. Okay, make sure all content is selected. Now, if your blueprint course has some content in there, if it's populated and you still want to use the blueprint, so you're going to unpublish, some stuff in the blueprints that you don't want the students to even deal with, and you want to select content from the backup specific content, you can do that. You don't want everything into that blueprint. You might want a few assignments. You might bring some pages in there, a few assessments or quizzes, discussion board, whatever it is. You can choose select specific content, and it will give you the opportunity to tell Canvas what specific content you want to put into this new course. Okay. But I'm going to keep it at all content. So once I click on import, it's now running. It's pulling the backup file from my computer, and then it is going to pull that content and bring it into the blank course. So I'll give it a minute here to finish doing what it's doing. So you can see right here, it still says it's running. Okay, now it's going to say it's completed. You're always going to have some issues. If you click on the issues, it's going to say security parameters for external tool and so forth and so on. Don't even worry about that. Okay. Now, if you go back and click on the name of the course that you're currently in right here, there it is. So now this is a carbon copy of my sandbox course that I first started off in, because that's the course that I made the backup. And then you notice that I created a blank course, and then I imported that backup file into the blank course. So now I have two sandbox courses that are actually the same. Okay. And in your cases, once you complete this process, the backup of your sys course will now be ready to go going into the new year. Now, the other thing I did not mention about this is that the sys course at the end of this year is, it disappears. So that's why we want to do this. For those people who rely solely on the sys courses, you really need to back up that sys course in the manner that I just showed you, so that you'll have it ready to go next year. Because once y'all are finished this year and ready to go home, the county is going to shut down all the sys courses, which is what they do every year. And when they push them back out, it's not your course from the previous year. It's either a blank course or it's a blueprint course. So that's why you need the backup, or else you would have to create everything from scratch. If you haven't already, if you didn't have other non-sys courses available to bring content in. Okay. Now, just as an aside, I want to just demonstrate how to copy a Canvas course. And you do it the same way that you do an import. So you go to the main page right here and you click on import existing content. This is how you copy a course. And then you under content type, you're going to select copy a Canvas course. Now, when we did the original import, we did the Canvas course export package that we brought in from the computer. But this time, we're going to copy a course that's already in Canvas. That's the difference. Okay, so you're going to copy the course, and then here you're going to have to search for the course. And it, as you start typing, it's going to give you some, a list of choices. And I'm just going to pick one that I know is mine, because all of these are not mine. Okay, but I know this one right here is mine. And it include completed courses is checked. Now, under content, you can go all content, or you can select specific items from that course to bring in, and then you can import. All right. Just for the sake of illustration, I'm going to click on select specific content so that you can see what that looks like instead of all content. So once I click on import, all right, now you see it says waiting for selection right here. You got course copy, the name of the course that you want to copy from, and waiting for selection. So if I click on select content, all right, now you're given a list of possible content categories that you can select from. All right, so I got 23 modules in that course. So if I click on this, if I click on it, and the check appears, it's going to bring in all 23 of those modules. Into that course. But if I click on this arrow right here, now, and uncheck that, now I can choose which modules I want to bring into this course. So I'm just going to select one of these and click on select content. All right. And so now it's queued up and now it's running. Okay, so we want to wait for it to run. If I had chosen the whole course, it would have taken a little while because this course has a lot of content in it. So you have to keep in mind that the more involved your course is, the longer it's going to take to back up, the longer it's going to take to import. Okay, and so now it says completed. If I go back to backup, the main page, I could have just clicked on home. If I go to modules, okay, and there's the module that I brought in right there. Okay. All right. So let me stop presenting. And I think Mr. Gent got his hand up, so let me go ahead and recognize him.
Yes, sir. If we have it in Google Docs, then we can export it from there, correct?
Well, you can bring it into an assignment, or you can bring it in. You can bring it in as an assignment, but you're basically creating the assignment from scratch. Whereas if you already have that assignment completed in a course, then doing it this way, you won't have to recreate it. You won't have to do it over again. That's the difference.
But now, if we did that, it won't export the kids or anything else, just the content.
Just the content, not the students, because you got to understand that you are backing up content that you're going to then use in your course for next year. When you come back and you go into your Canvas and you see your SIS courses, those courses are going to have brand new students in there.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. So I'm going to open the floor up for questions. Ms. Baird said, can we duplicate the course? Yes, we can. Okay. And you can go in there and you make a copy of the course. That's what making a copy of the course is doing. You're duplicating the course. So if you go back and review what I just went through as far as copying the course, that will perform that task for you. All right. Anybody else have any questions? I'm going to open up the floor.
I have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so are you recommending that we download or back up and download the class and copy the class, or one or the other? Do we do both of them, or do we do one or the other?
What I'm recommending is that you back up the course. Okay, so go through the backing up of the course where you are downloading the file. And the reason is that you will then have a backup of that course, of that SIS course, in another location other than in Canvas.
Okay.
So that if something happens to Canvas, you still got your backup file of your course that you're going to use next year.
All right. Got it. So you're backing it up into your on your computer as a kind of as a safety, but you're also copy it in Canvas.
Yes, sir.
It's
going to be a file that's downloaded into your computer. And then next year when you come back, all you have to do is, once you see that blueprint course, if it's empty, you just import that file back into that empty course, and your whole course will be back right there ready to go. As if nothing had happened. Because you won't have access to any of the SIS courses after June 30th. The SIS courses will be gone. So if you don't back up that content in your SIS courses, then once it's gone, you won't have access to it. So you would have to, if you didn't have any other, you had to recreate the course from scratch next year coming back if you don't back it up now or back it up before you leave.
Okay. Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes, I was wondering why we were copying it and backing it up.
No, I was just showing you I was just demonstrating how to copy a course also. But you basically want to be focusing in on backing up your courses for all intents and purposes of this session.
Okay. All right, thanks. That makes sense.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns, what have you, about what I've just demonstrated? Okay. So what I'm going to do is, as soon as this video is ready, I will make it available to everybody. And you have the presentation right there that contains basically the steps to doing some of this stuff. And if you need additional help with it, let me know. I'm here. Y'all, all of y'all know where I am. Y'all know how to get me. So just let me know and I'll be more than happy to help. Okay. Now, also next week, I'll probably put out there another session on how to do, how to deal with the Google Doc Cloud versus Google assignment situation. Because I know some of you have assignments that you created using Google Doc Cloud assignments. And next year, Google Doc Cloud assignments will no longer be in play. It will be gone. And if you don't deal with that situation now, or at least before next school year begins, your assignments, number one, will not work correctly. Students will have problems when they access your assignments in Canvas if you don't deal with this now, and or your assignments will just stop altogether or be gone altogether once they turn it off. So I will be doing another session on that. I've already done 2, but I'm gonna do another one on that probably next week. I will email out when that's gonna be, and hopefully folks who are in that situation can get some assistance with that. All right. If there's nothing else, y'all have a good evening, and I will see some of you tomorrow.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
All right.